We haven't seen the Chiefs dominate a game like they did, this. They didn't dominate it offensively because the Broncos had better numbers, which it was just weird how on offensively they didn't need Patrick Mahomes. And this team has really evolved from needing Patrick Mahomes to do everything to now Patrick Mahomes can only complete 15 passes for 200 yards and score one touchdown, which came in the third quarter, which essentially at that point was pretty much garbage time because the Chiefs were scoring on every facet of the game. It was a Chiefs win that we haven't seen in any sorts in a long time. And I want to talk about the defense. Let's start there. Let's start with the defense. Tyrann Mathieu, the leader of that defense, he gets an interception, I guess a fumble recovery too. I guess he's credited with a fumble recovery on that. I didn't look at the official stats, but Treshaun Horton popped it out, recovered it. Then Treshaun Horton
Mhm.
fumbled it, and then Tyrann Mathieu recovered it, laid out and did a little snow angel. Love to see that. So what did you think overall of this defensive performance? They played bad against the Raiders, but really against the Bills and against the Broncos, they've played phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure. And the 3 stars I have, Charvarius Ward, 9 tackles and a sack,
Mm,
really laid the wood on Drew Lock. I mean, he kind of laid him out, and that was
yeah.
kind of a thing. I guess both quarterbacks took some hits in that game, but the Chiefs really did a good job not bringing a ton of blitzes, but still getting pressure on him. Matthew, 5 tackles and an interception, and then I guess the fumble recovery, that was just a really weird play to look at overall.
Yeah, it was.
And then a guy that catches a lot of flack from people, but had 9 tackles and a pick six. It was a Daniel Sorensen game, and that's something you
Hmm.
never really see from him is, um, we see, like, these random plays, like, he had the interception against the Bills that was like a one-handed leaping thing, just stuff you don't think is gonna happen at the hands of Daniel Sorensen, and
Right.
then he's jumping routes and getting pick sixes, so really at all levels of the defense, a really good performance overall.
Yeah, and Tyrann Matthew thought so too in his post-game press conference. He was talking about last year he kind of adopted this mantra, this Chiefs defense did of this championship swagger. He's talking about how
Mhm.
every single team has a different version of that. Even the same, organization, the Chiefs organization, this year they have a different version of championship swagger than what last year's team did. So here's what he had to say about their performance.
This is a new season, and I think you have to build your way to championship talk and championship swagger. So I think these last two games that we've been able to put together, I do feel us tapping back into that mantra, to that attitude, to that standard. So like I said, we still got a long season ahead of us, got some big games coming up. And it's going to really prove who we are, as a defense. So I'm just looking forward to us stepping up, coming to work, each and every day, with that energy, that attitude, and just wanting to have fun, and wanting to play hard for the guy next to you.
So Jordan, what did you think about what Tyron had to say right there?
I mean, there are different ways to win, and maintaining that championship swagger amidst like a loss to the Oakland Raiders where the defense didn't have its A game or experiencing injuries or stuff like that. And really a COVID filled 2020 NFL season. I mean, there's just so much going on that knowing that most of your unit from last year is back and
Mhm.
kind of weathering the storm and trying to get the Chiefs call it 1% better every day. I mean, eventually you would hopefully get to 100, but they keep
Yeah.
just chasing that. And I think it's a wonderful thing. The team's locked in. And I believe during the week, someone mentioned that Steve Spagnuolo brought up the word like complacency or something like that and was trying
Mhm.
to tell them you can't get complacent with where you're at. There's always areas to improve. And now they're stringing together some pretty good performances overall, and that swagger looks to be back.